All right, let's lace up those hiking boots and grab those ski goggles because we're going to Grindelwald, Switzerland today.
Yeah, the Swiss Alps.
This charming town nestled right in the Swiss Alps.
It's a good one.
It's captured the hearts of travelers for centuries.
Absolutely.
And today we're going to find out why.
Exactly.
I'm excited for this one.
Me too.
So, people often think of Switzerland and chocolate and watches come to mind.
That's very true.
But the scenery.
Oh, the scenery is incredible.
In Grindelwald, I've heard, is really something special.
It was a masterpiece, yeah.
So before we get ahead of ourselves and get lost in these daydreams of snow-capped peaks and, charming chalets,
Right.
let's lay down some groundwork here.
Yeah, let's get oriented.
Where exactly is Grindelwald?
Okay, so picture this.
Okay.
You're in the heart of Switzerland,
Okay.
in a region called the Bernese Oberland.
Bernese Oberland.
And just picture rolling hills, meadows dotted with wildflowers, and those iconic jagged peaks that just scream Alps. And Grindelwald is nestled right in there.
Got it.
About a 2-hour train ride from either Zurich or Bern.
Oh, so it's accessible.
Very accessible, yes.
You said train ride, not just any train ride, I'm guessing.
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
Forget those cramped, stuffy train cars you might be picturing.
Right.
Traveling through Switzerland by train is an experience.
I've heard that.
In itself, yeah.
Yeah.
Panoramic windows offering stunning views of the countryside.
Wow.
Comfortable seating.
Okay.
An overall sense of tranquility.
So it's a journey in and of itself.
Exactly. It's the best way to soak in the beauty of the journey and just get in the mood for your Swiss adventure.
Okay, so we're on the train. We're going to Grindelwald.
We're getting there.
We've arrived.
Yes.
What awaits us?
Well,
I'm ready for the winter wonderland.
prepare to be wowed.
Okay.
Grindelwald is home to over 300 kilometers of slopes.
Wow, 300 kilometers. That's
nearly 200 miles.
Yeah.
Of pristine, snowy paradise for skiers and snowboarders out there. And we're not just talking about one mountain.
Oh,
No.
okay.
You got access to the first MIlan and Kleine Scheidegg ski areas.
Okay.
All interconnected by an incredibly efficient lift system.
So no matter your skill level, there's something there for you.
Exactly.
Hey.
Whether you're a seasoned pro craving those black diamond runs,
Yeah.
or a first-timer cautiously making your way down the bunny hill,
I've been there.
Grindelwald has got you covered.
Nice. And for those who, maybe like to live life on the edge a little bit, there's some off-piste terrain as well.
Plenty.
Okay, so I'm sold on winter.
Okay.
I'm ready to go. But for those of us who are not ski fanatics, what about the warmer months?
Well, Grindelwald transforms into a hiker's paradise come summertime.
Oh.
Okay. Imagine over 300 kilometers.
Another 300 kilometers.
Of hiking trails winding through lush meadows.
Okay.
Alongside crystal clear glacial lakes.
Okay.
And up to panoramic viewpoints that will take your breath away.
All right. I'm sold. 300 kilometers. So there's got to be a huge variety, right?
Absolutely. We're talking leisurely strolls through flower-filled valleys.
Oh, wow.
To challenging climbs up rugged peaks.
Yeah.
And the best part is,
What's that?
you're almost guaranteed breathtaking views no matter which path you choose.
Okay. All right. Now I'm picturing myself conquering these trails, feeling the fresh mountain air, surrounded by wildflowers.
Yes.
And, those iconic Swiss cows with the bells.
The bells, yes.
But all that hiking's got to work up an appetite.
Oh, for sure.
What's the food scene like in Grindelwald?
Get ready for some serious culinary delights.
Okay.
I mean, we are in Switzerland.
Sure.
So cheese is obviously a must.
Yes.
But we're not talking about just any cheese. We're
Right.
talking about creamy fondue.
Oh, yeah.
Bubbling away in a pot over an open flame.
Oh, I love fondue.
Perfect for dipping crusty bread and sharing with friends.
Yes, fondue is a must.
Oh, absolutely.
But I also, I am someone who enjoys a good fancy meal now and then. Does Grindelwald have that as well?
Absolutely. For a truly special evening.
Okay.
You can't go wrong with the restaurant at Hotel Wetterhorn.
Okay. Hotel Matterhorn.
It's known for its elegant atmosphere,
Okay.
impeccable service, and exquisite cuisine.
Exquisite. Okay.
Plus, the panoramic views from the dining room are absolutely stunning.
So we got fondue.
Yes.
We got fancy fine dining.
Yes.
What about those, I always hear about those cozy mountain huts
Ah, the mountain hut.
where you stop for a bite after a long hike.
Yes.
And just, soak in that scenery.
Those are an absolute must-do.
Okay.
Imagine this. You've been hiking all day, you reach the peak of a mountain, and there, nestled amidst that breathtaking scenery, is a charming little hut.
Okay.
You step inside and you're greeted by the warmth of a crackling fire,
Ooh,
the aroma of hearty home-cooked meals,
I love it.
and the friendly smiles of fellow hikers.
Just sounds so perfect.
It's the perfect place to refuel, relax, and just soak in the magic of the Swiss Alps.
Okay, all right, I'm sold on the food.
Good.
I'm curious, though, about nightlife. Is it all, peaceful mountain vibes, or is there a little energy to Grindelwald after dark?
Well, it's definitely not a bustling metropolis,
Okay,
but there are a few spots where you can enjoy a drink and some live music.
okay,
The Avocado Club is a popular choice for those looking for a bit of a lively atmosphere.
okay. Avocado Club, got it.
And Gypsy Bar
Gypsy Bar.
is a great place to unwind with local beer after a day on the slopes or trails.
Okay, so there are options.
There are
So
options.
wind down in the evening.
Exactly.
So we know where to stay, we know where to eat. I want to talk about the culture of Grindelwald.
Okay.
What makes it special beyond, what we've already discussed?
Well, Grindelwald has a rich history that goes far beyond skiing and tourism.
Okay.
It was once a farming and mountaineering community,
Oh, wow.
and those traditions are still very much alive today.
So it's authentic.
You can see it in the architecture, in the local festivals, and even in the way people interact with the land.
So there's a sense of authenticity there
Absolutely.
that you don't get in maybe some other, more manufactured tourist destinations.
Yeah, sometimes you visit a place and it feels like a theme park version of itself.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
But Grindelwald feels genuine. It's
Yeah.
a place where people have lived and worked for centuries, and that history is woven into the fabric of the town.
Okay, speaking of history, what are some of the, cultural highlights that visitors shouldn't miss?
Well, for one, the historic church in the village center is a must-see.
Okay.
It's a beautiful example of traditional Swiss architecture
Okay.
and offers a glimpse into the religious and cultural heritage of the town.
Okay, and what about festivals? I've heard there are some unique events throughout the year.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
If you're lucky enough to be in Grindelwald in January, the Snow Festival is an absolute must.
Snow Festival in January.
Imagine talented artists transforming snow into intricate sculptures. It's truly a sight to behold.
Okay, and I know for those who prefer, a little more action,
Yes.
there's the Grindelwald Ski Marathon in March.
Exactly. It's a challenging cross-country ski race that draws athletes from all over the world.
Okay.
Even if you're not participating, it's a fantastic event to watch and just soak in that competitive spirit.
So that's winter. What about summer festivals?
Well, in June, the Grindelwald Music Festival fills the air with the sounds of classical music.
Oh, nice.
It's a wonderful way to experience that cultural side of Grindelwald while enjoying the beautiful summer weather.
Okay, so for the music lovers. And what about those of us who are more interested in experiencing the local traditions?
For that, you can't miss the Grindelwald Folklore Festival in July.
Oh, Folklore Festival.
It's a vibrant celebration of Swiss culture with traditional music, dancing, costumes, and of course, plenty of food and drink.
Oh, I love it.
It's a fantastic way to immerse yourself in the local culture and just learn about the customs and traditions that have been passed down through generations.
I love those kinds of festivals.
They're great.
And speaking of food and drink, there's a festival for wine enthusiasts as well, right?
Indeed, there is.
Okay.
The Grindelwald Wine Festival takes place in September
September, got it.
and offers the chance to sample delicious local wines amidst the stunning backdrop of the Swiss Alps.
Wow.
Can you imagine a more perfect setting for a wine tasting?
That sounds incredible.
It's pretty special.
I think we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
But I want to hear about that sample itinerary.
Yeah, let's get into it.
We got to give our listeners a sense of what a trip to Grindelwald might actually look like.
Absolutely.
So are you ready?
I am ready. Let's dive in.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Day one.
All right. Day one is all about arrival and getting acquainted with the charm of Grindelwald.
Okay.
You'll land at either Zurich or Bern. And from there, it's a scenic train ride right into the heart of the village.
Okay.
Once you've settled into your accommodation, take a stroll through the village center,
Okay.
breathe in that fresh mountain air, admire the traditional chalets,
Love it.
and maybe pop into a local shop or two.
I always find that taking a walk is the best way to get a feel for a new place.
Absolutely.
Just soak in the atmosphere,
Mm.
observe the locals.
Yeah.
Just get lost in the charm of it all.
Exactly. And in the evening,
Yeah.
why not treat yourself to a traditional Swiss dinner?
Oh, yes.
There are plenty of charming restaurants serving up local specialties like Rusty,
Rusty. Tell me about Rusty.
a crispy potato dish,
Oh,
or Elplermagronen.
Alplermagronen.
It's a comforting pasta dish with cheese and apples.
Okay.
So good.
So day 1, perfect blend of relaxation and exploration.
I think so.
What about day 2?
Day 2 is all about hitting the slopes.
Okay.
Grindelwald is renowned for its incredible skiing. So we're dedicating a full day to experiencing the magic of the mountains in winter.
Okay.
Head up to the first ski area, known for its stunning views and varied terrain.
So for those of us who maybe aren't Olympic-level skiers, what about, like, beginner options on first?
Absolutely. First has something for everyone.
Okay.
There are gentle slopes, perfect for learning the ropes.
Okay.
As well as more challenging runs for those who are feeling confident.
Okay, good.
And if skiing isn't your thing, you can always try snowshoeing.
Okay.
Or simply enjoy the views from one of the many mountaintop restaurants.
Speaking of mountaintop restaurants, any recommendations?
Oh, you can't go wrong with the Brickhouse board.
Brickhouse board, okay.
It's perched right on the edge of a cliff, offering panoramic views of the surrounding peaks.
Wow.
They serve delicious traditional Swiss food.
Okay.
And their apple strudel is legendary.
Oh, okay. Now I'm adding apple strudel to my list.
It's a must.
All right. So we've been on the slopes. We've had a nice hearty lunch. What's next?
Well, how about some relaxation?
Okay.
Grindelwald has some wonderful spas where you can unwind after a day of activity.
Okay.
Treat yourself to a massage.
Okay.
Soak in a warm pool. Or simply enjoy the peace and quiet of the sauna.
Yeah, a perfect way to soothe those muscles.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've skied, we've relaxed. Day 3, what's in store?
Day 3 takes us deep into the heart of the mountains.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
We're going to explore the Grindelwald Glacier Canyon.
Grindelwald Glacier Canyon.
A natural wonder that will leave you in awe.
I've heard whispers about this canyon.
Yeah.
What makes it so special?
Imagine a narrow gorge.
Okay.
Carved out by glacial meltwater over thousands of years.
Wow.
The walls of the canyon are towering, almost vertical, and the water rushes through it with a force that's both powerful and mesmerizing.
So you can feel the power of nature.
You really can.
In this canyon. There's a network of walkways and platforms that allow you to safely navigate through the canyon.
And experience its raw beauty up close.
So a little bit of an adrenaline rush.
Little bit, yeah.
But in a natural, awe-inspiring way.
Exactly.
And for those who are feeling extra adventurous, there's canyoning, right?
Yes, if you're feeling brave,
you
can try canyoning, which involves rappelling down waterfalls and swimming through that icy water.
Wow, that's intense.
It is.
But for those of us who prefer to keep our feet dry, there's still plenty to see and do.
Oh, absolutely. Just walking through the canyon and taking in the sheer scale of it all is an experience in itself.
Okay.
And you can learn about the geological forces that shaped this incredible landscape.
I like it.
It's a fascinating blend of adventure and education.
So after a day of exploring the Glacier Canyon, what's next?
Well, how about we immerse ourselves in some local history?
Okay, yeah.
Grindelwald has a fascinating past, and the local history museum is a great place to learn about it.
So what can we expect to see at the museum?
You'll find exhibits on everything from the early days of farming and mountaineering to the development of Grindelwald as a tourist destination.
Got it.
You can learn about the challenges faced by the early settlers, the pioneers who conquered the surrounding peaks,
I love it,
and the evolution of Grindelwald into the world-renowned destination it is today.
So it's a chance to really understand the roots of this place.
Absolutely.
And appreciate how it's evolved over time.
Exactly.
And to end our day of, history and culture, what's better than a good meal?
Oh, nothing better.
All right, so what are we having?
For dinner on day 3, we're going for the quintessential Swiss experience.
Yeah.
Fondue.
Okay, I have a confession.
Okay.
I've never had fondue.
You're in for a treat.
Oh, I'm excited.
It's a truly social dining experience.
Okay.
Picture this. A bubbling pot of melted cheese.
Okay.
Served with chunks of crusty bread, potatoes, and maybe even some pickled vegetables.
I'm getting hungry.
Everyone gathers around the pot, dipping their bread into the cheese, chatting, laughing, and just enjoying the warmth and conviviality of the moment.
It sounds so fun.
It really is.
Okay, so perfect way to end a day.
Yeah.
Exploring Grindelwald's history and natural wonders. 3 days in.
3 days down.
What's next?
Day 4 takes us on a scenic journey to the charming town of Interlaken.
Oh, Interlaken.
It's nestled between 2 stunning lakes, Lake Thun and Lake Brienz,
Okay.
and offers a different perspective on the Swiss Alps.
Okay, so we're venturing a bit outside of Grindelwald.
We are.
How are we getting to Interlaken?
The train ride from Grindelwald to Interlaken is absolutely stunning.
Okay.
You'll wind through valleys, past waterfalls, and alongside shimmering lakes.
So it's another scenic train ride.
It's one of the most scenic train journeys in Switzerland.
All right, and what about once we arrive in Interlaken? What's on the agenda?
Well, Interlaken is known for its beautiful lakes, so a boat trip is a must. You can choose from a variety of cruises, from short hops across the lake to longer excursions that take you to charming villages and hidden coves.
All right, so we're on the water, soaking in the scenery.
Yes.
What about when we're back on dry land?
Well, Interlaken's a great place to just wander through the streets, browse the shops, and enjoy the laid-back atmosphere. There are also some lovely parks and gardens where you can relax and enjoy the views.
I like it.
And if you're feeling adventurous, you can try paragliding or skydiving.
Oh, wow.
Both of which offer incredible views of the surrounding mountains.
So Interlaken's got a little bit of everything.
It does.
You know, the relaxation, the adventure, and of course those breathtaking Swiss views that we've come to expect.
Of course.
All right, so time to head back to Grindelwald for dinner.
Yes.
What are we having?
You know, after a day on the lake, I'm craving something fresh and flavorful.
Okay.
How about we try a local fish dish?
Okay, fish it is.
Many restaurants in Grindelwald serve trout caught fresh from the nearby streams and lakes.
Okay, all right, so we've explored the Glacier Canyon. We learned about the history. We went to Interlaken.
Yes.
We had some fish. Day 4 sounds pretty epic.
I think so.
What about day 5?
Day 5 is all about experiencing one of the most iconic sites in the Swiss Alps.
Okay.
Bachalps.
I've seen pictures.
That's stunning.
Yeah, and it looks absolutely stunning.
It's even more breathtaking in person.
Oh, wow.
Imagine a crystal clear alpine lake. Nestled amidst rolling hills, and with the majestic peaks of the Eiger, Munch, and Jungfrau reflected in its surface.
That sounds incredible.
It's a view that will stay with you long after you've left. So how do we get to this picture-perfect lake?
We're going to hike. The trail to Bachalpsee starts from the top of the first cable car station. And it's a relatively easy hike, suitable for most fitness levels.
Good.
It takes about an hour to reach the lake.
And the views along the way are simply incredible.
So we're taking a scenic cable car ride. And then we're going to enjoy a leisurely hike. To this breathtaking lake.
Yes.
Perfect balance of activity and relaxation.
And you know what makes the experience even better?
What's that?
Having lunch at one of the charming mountain huts along the trail.
Oh, another mountain hut experience.
They serve hearty, home-cooked meals that are the perfect fuel for a day of hiking.
What's on the menu?
Well, you can't go wrong with a classic Swiss dish like Älplermagronen.
Okay.
It's a hearty pasta dish with cheese, potatoes, and apples.
So good.
And it's absolutely delicious.
Right.
And of course, no mountain hut meal is complete without a slice of homemade apple pie.
Okay, I'm drooling.
It's good stuff.
So we've hiked, we've enjoyed breathtaking views, we've fueled up with some delicious mountain hut food.
We have.
What's next on our Grindelwald adventure?
Day 6 takes us back to the slopes.
Okay, back to the slopes.
But this time, we're exploring the legendary MIlan ski area.
MIlan. What makes MIlan special?
Well, MIlan is known for its long, sweeping runs. And incredible panoramic views. You can see all the way to the Jungfrau, which is the highest railway station in Europe.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And for those who are looking for a challenge, there are some serious off-piste opportunities to be had.
Okay, so MIlan is more for the experienced skier then?
Not necessarily. There are plenty of blue and red runs that are perfect for intermediate skiers.
Got it.
And even if you're not skiing, you can still enjoy the views from the top of the mountain. There's a restaurant and a viewing platform that offer breathtaking panoramas of the surrounding peaks.
So whether we're skiing or simply soaking in the views, MIlan sounds like a must-do.
It really is.
Okay, and after a day on the slopes, another, traditional Swiss meal.
I'm thinking raclette for dinner on day 6.
Raclette? Another cheese dish.
Oh, yes. Raclette is all about melted cheese. But in a different way than fondue. Imagine half a wheel of cheese. Heated until it's gooey and bubbly, and then scraped onto your plate. It's served with boiled potatoes, pickled onions, gherkins, and sometimes even dried meats.
Wow, that sounds intense.
It's a rich, indulgent meal.
Indulgent.
That's perfect for sharing.
Okay, so we're ending day 6 with a cheese feast.
A cheese feast?
I'm starting to think that this Grindelwald trip is going to be a very delicious culinary adventure.
It definitely will be.
And, it just dawned on me, Grindelwald's surrounded by, some charming villages and valleys.
Kids.
That are probably worth exploring as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, we've been so focused on Grindelwald.
Yeah.
But what about the surrounding area?
That's what we'll do on day 7.
Oh, day 7, our final day.
Our final day.
Okay, where are we headed?
Let's take a scenic drive through the Lauterbrunnen Valley.
Lauterbrunnen Valley. Okay.
It's known for its dramatic cliffs, cascading waterfalls, and charming villages.
Okay, I've heard of Lauterbrunnen.
Yeah.
That's the valley with the famous Stahlbach Falls, right?
That's the one.
The one that plummets nearly 300 meters down a sheer cliff face.
That's it.
That's incredible.
It's a truly breathtaking sight, and there are over 70 other waterfalls in the valley.
70.
Each with its own unique beauty.
Wow, okay, so we're driving through the valley, admiring the waterfalls. What else is on the agenda?
Well, we have to stop at the village of Lauterbrunnen itself.
Okay.
It's a picture-perfect Swiss village.
Okay.
Nestled at the foot of the valley with charming chalets.
Okay.
Flower-filled balconies, and a sense of tranquility that's hard to find anywhere else.
So it's one last chance to soak in that Swiss village charm.
Absolutely.
Before we head home.
And
yeah.
No trip to the Lauterbrunnen Valley is complete without a visit to Trommelbach Falls.
Trommelbach Falls. Okay, tell me more.
It's a series of 10 glacier-fed waterfalls that cascade through a narrow gorge inside the mountain.
Waterfalls inside a mountain?
Inside the mountain.
Wow.
You can actually take an elevator up inside the mountain.
Okay.
And then follow a series of walkways and tunnels to view the falls from different perspectives.
That sounds incredible.
It's a truly unique and awe-inspiring experience.
All right, so we're talking waterfalls inside a mountain.
Yes.
What better way to end our Grindelwald adventure than with one last delicious meal?
Absolutely.
All right, what are we having?
For our farewell dinner,
Okay.
let's head back to Grindelwald.
Okay.
And enjoy a hearty meal at one of the traditional restaurants in the village center.
Okay, so what are we having for this final Swiss feast?
Well, I'm thinking something classic and comforting.
Okay.
How about a traditional Swiss cheese fondue?
Fondue it is.
We've come full circle.
It seems like we have.
We started our Grindelwald journey with fondue.
Yes.
And we're ending it the same way.
I love it.
And you know what? I think that's a perfect way to sum up the Grindelwald experience.
How so?
It's all about embracing tradition, enjoying simple pleasures, and creating memories that will last a lifetime.
Well said.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
But there's still so much more to discover.
Absolutely.
In Grindelwald and the surrounding region.
And that's what makes it such a special destination. There's always something new to explore, something new to experience, and something new to fall in love with.
All right, so we have our 7-day itinerary planned out.
Yes.
Our taste buds are tantalized.
They are.
Our sense of adventure is piqued.
It is.
What else do we need to know before we pack our bags and head to Grindelwald?
Well, let's talk about some practicalities.
Okay.
The language spoken in Grindelwald is German, but English is widely spoken, especially in tourist areas.
Okay, so language barrier shouldn't be too much of an issue.
No.
What about currency?
The currency in Switzerland is the Swiss franc. You can exchange currency at the airport or at banks in Grindelwald.
Okay.
Credit cards are widely accepted.
Okay.
But it's always good to have some cash on hand for smaller purchases.
Good to know. Packing essentials? Anything specific we should keep in mind?
Well, layers are key.
Okay, layers.
No matter what time of year you're visiting,
Yeah.
the weather in the mountains can be unpredictable.
Sure.
So it's always best to be prepared.
Layers, check. Anything else?
Comfortable shoes are a must, especially if you're planning on doing any hiking.
Okay.
And don't forget your swimsuit if you're planning on visiting any of the spas or swimming in the lakes.
Okay, good tips. So we've covered the basics.
Yeah. Any other tips or insights you'd like to share with our listeners?
Before we wrap up this deep dive.
One of the things I love about Grindelwald is that it's a destination that truly caters to everyone.
Oh.
Whether you're an adrenaline junkie, a nature lover, a history buff, or simply someone who enjoys good food and stunning scenery,
Yeah.
you'll find something to love in Grindelwald.
It sounds like the perfect place to escape the hustle and bustle.
It is.
And reconnect with nature.
Yeah.
Reconnect with yourself.
For sure.
And reconnect with the simple joys of travel.
Exactly. And sometimes the best travel experiences are the ones that aren't planned down to the last detail.
Oh, yeah?
So leave some room for spontaneity, be open to new experiences, and most importantly, have fun.
I think that's the perfect note to end on.
It is.
Embrace the adventure, savor the moment, and let Grindelwald work its magic on you.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up this Grindelwald deep dive,
Yeah.
I'm curious from your perspective, what's the one thing that truly sets this destination apart from other mountain towns or ski resorts?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
You know, Grindelwald has this incredible ability to balance its history and traditions with a modern, welcoming spirit.
I see, yeah.
You can wander through the village and feel like you've stepped back in time, surrounded by those charming chalets.
And that sense of alpine serenity.
I can picture it.
But at the same time, you've got all the amenities and comforts you could ask for.
Right?
From world-class ski lifts and luxurious spas to cozy restaurants serving up innovative cuisine.
So it really does have something for everyone.
It's a place where you can embrace the simple life without sacrificing comfort or convenience.
That's a fantastic point. It's not just a preserved relic of the past.
Right.
It's a living, breathing town.
It is.
That's evolved with the times.
Yeah.
But stayed true to its roots.
Exactly.
And that's what makes it appealing to such a broad range of travelers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You could have a couple honeymooning in a luxurious spa hotel.
Right.
A family enjoying their first ski trip.
Yeah.
A group of friends tackling challenging hiking trails. And a solo traveler seeking peace and quiet in nature.
Yeah. Hello.
All happily coexisting in Grindelwald.
I love it.
It's a place where everyone feels welcome.
And can create their own version of the perfect Swiss Alps experience.
And that's what we've tried to showcase with this itinerary, right?
Exactly.
It's a framework for inspiration.
Yeah.
A starting point.
It is.
For crafting your own adventure.
Absolutely. We've touched on the highlights, but there's so much more to uncover.
Of course.
We encourage everyone to delve deeper into their own interests, whether it's exploring local art galleries, learning about traditional cheese making, or taking a scenic helicopter ride over the glaciers.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's pretty spectacular.
You mentioned glaciers.
Yeah.
Grindelwald is close to some of the most iconic glaciers, right?
It is.
In the Swiss Alps.
Yeah, some of the most iconic ones.
Is it possible to, see them up close?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, no trip to Grindelwald is complete without experiencing the grandeur of the glaciers firsthand.
Okay.
One of the most accessible is the Aletsch Glacier, the largest glacier in the Alps.
The largest glacier in the Alps?
You can take a train in the Jungfraujoch, which is known as the top of Europe.
Top of Europe, wow.
And from there, you'll have stunning views of the Aletsch Glacier stretching out before you like a frozen river.
That's incredible.
It's pretty amazing.
Top of Europe. What else should we know about visiting the Jungfraujoch?
Well, it's a popular destination.
Okay.
So it's a good idea to book your tickets in advance.
Okay, good tip.
Especially during peak season.
Got it.
And be prepared for the altitude.
Okay, right.
The Jungfraujoch is located at over 3,400 meters above sea level.
That's high.
So you might feel the effects of the thinner air.
Yeah, I've experienced that.
But the views are absolutely worth it.
Okay, so it's worth it.
It is.
So good tips to keep in mind.
Yeah.
And speaking of practicalities, is there anything else our listeners should know about traveling to Grindelwald?
Well, we've already covered language and currency, but it's worth mentioning that Switzerland has a reputation for being expensive.
Oh, right. That's something a lot of people worry about. When considering a trip to Switzerland, any tips for managing costs?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There are definitely ways to experience Grindelwald without breaking the bank.
Okay.
For example, consider traveling during the shoulder seasons, spring or fall, when prices are generally lower.
Okay, good tip.
And look for accommodation options outside of the village center, which tend to be more affordable.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What about transportation?
Well, you can take advantage of the excellent public transportation system.
Okay.
Switzerland has an incredibly efficient network of trains, buses, and cable cars.
So you don't really need a car.
So you can easily get around without renting a car, which can save you a lot of money.
Great tips.
Yeah.
So with a little planning and flexibility, you can definitely experience the magic of Grindelwald.
For sure.
Without overspending.
Exactly. And remember, some of the best things in life are free.
Oh, of course.
Hiking through stunning landscapes.
Right.
Enjoying a picnic with a view, or simply soaking up the alpine atmosphere.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that.
Those are the experiences that truly make a trip memorable, and they don't cost a thing.
So true.
Yeah.
Okay, before we wrap up, I want to revisit our listeners' focus for this episode. They were particularly interested in detailed advice
Mm-hmm.
on what to do,
Right.
where to go,
Yeah.
what to eat
Uh-huh.
in Grindelwald,
Okay.
especially for a first-time visitor.
Yes.
Do you think we've covered those bases well?
I think we've provided a comprehensive overview.
Yep.
But I'd like to add a few more specific recommendations.
Perfect.
Especially for first-time visitors who might feel overwhelmed by all the options.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
There's a lot to see and do.
Okay, let's hear it.
First, I'd say make sure to take a ride on the first cliff walk.
First cliff walk.
It's a suspended walkway that juts out from the cliff face,
Okay.
offering incredible views of the Eiger North Face and the surrounding peaks. Wow. It's a bit of an adrenaline rush, but it's also an unforgettable experience.
Okay, so that's one for the thrill seekers.
Mm-hmm.
What about something a bit more laid back?
Well, for those who appreciate nature and tranquility,
Yeah.
I highly recommend visiting the Botanical Garden.
Botanical garden.
It's located just outside of Grindelwald
Okay.
and features a variety of alpine plants and flowers.
Okay.
It's a beautiful place to wander through, learn about the local flora, and simply enjoy the peace and quiet.
I like it.
Yeah.
So we got adventure, tranquility. What about food?
Food, yes.
Any specific dishes we haven't mentioned yet that first-time visitors should try?
Well, we've talked about fondue and raclette,
Mm-hmm.
but another must-try is Epler-Magronen.
Epler-Magronen, all right.
It's a hearty pasta dish with cheese, potatoes, and apples.
Okay.
And it's absolutely delicious. You can find it on the menu at most traditional restaurants.
Okay.
And it's a great way to experience the flavors of Swiss cuisine.
Epler-Magronen is going on the list.
It's good stuff.
What about for a sweet treat?
Oh, for a sweet treat.
Yeah.
You have to try the meringue.
Meringue.
Grindelwald is known for its delicious meringues,
Okay.
which are often served with whipped cream and fresh fruit.
Mhm.
They're light, airy,
Okay.
and absolutely irresistible.
I'm adding meringue to the list. Okay, I think we've covered all the bases.
I think so, too.
You know, adventure, relaxation, culture, food,
Yeah, we hit it all.
and practical tips.
We did.
I feel like I could hop on a plane to Grindelwald right now.
Me too.
That's the beauty of travel, isn't it?
It is.
Allows us to escape to these new destinations,
Yeah.
experience different cultures, and create memories
Absolutely.
that will last a lifetime.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So, on that note,
Yeah,
I think it's time to wrap up
it is.
this Grindelwald deep dive.
Okay.
Hopefully, we've given you a taste of what makes this destination so special
I hope so.
and inspired you to start planning your own unforgettable Swiss Alps adventure.
Absolutely.
So until next time,
Yes.
remember to keep exploring
Keep discovering.
and, most importantly,
Keep traveling.
safe travels, everyone.
Any other insights you'd like to share with our listeners before we wrap up this deep dive?
Yeah, before we sign off on Grindelwald,
Yeah.
any other nuggets of wisdom?
Okay.
Any tips you can offer?
I think, one of the things that I love about Grindelwald
Yeah.
is that it really is a destination that caters to everyone.
Okay.
Whether you're, an adrenaline junkie,
Yeah.
a nature lover,
Mhm.
history buff,
Okay.
or simply someone who enjoys good food and stunning scenery, you'll find something to love in Grindelwald.
It sounds like the perfect place to escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life
It is.
and reconnect with nature and reconnect with yourself
Yeah.
and reconnect with the simple joys of travel.
And sometimes the best travel experiences are the ones that aren't planned,
Oh, yeah.
down to the last detail.
I agree.
So leave some room for spontaneity.
Yeah, leave some room for spontaneity.
Be open to new experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And most importantly,
Yeah.
have fun.
Have fun. I think that's a perfect note to end on.
It is.
Embrace the adventure, savor the moment,
Yes.
let Grindelwald work its magic on you.
Absolutely.
Safe travels.